Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I already shuffled, let's go ahead. Get these out here. What is going on here? All right. Libra, what do we have going on here? What do we have going on here? The situation that you're dealing with, like I feel these are kind of connected, so it seems like got a certain energy pulling in here, and I know there's a lot of fire on this card, but I'm getting this is more about communicating. Traditionally I see swords as air communication, and I'm getting that this situation, as you're coming in until it actually starts, you're very initiating with the communication to get the situation going. Now, in the very beginning, you're working with people, you're overcoming obstacles, you're sidestepping problems that look like they might be opposing your start here that you want to make. It's kind of like a game of Tetris is what I'm seeing. I don't know if you're familiar with Tetris. In case you're not, it's kind of a game of blocks, I would say, where as a piece comes down, you move it to fit in, to make lines. But basically, what I'm trying to get at here is you're putting things together, you're trying to make things fit. So everything can come together so this situation can start. And that's what you're doing here with the environment you're working with. You're overcoming any obstacles, you're melding things together, you're arranging things so they fit, and moving things around so they fit so the situation can start. You're doing a lot of, it's feeling very diplomatic, working things out. Now, as this is going, I really feel like you're the initiator here. You're getting this going, you're moving it forward. The efforts you're making, a couple things seem like there's a couple roadblocks here, a couple problems, but I'm seeing that the wheel turns in your favor, and this is in the environment, and things seem to go your way, and then you're seeing like this, the Page of Wands, which to me is an active listening card in this deck. You're hearing what you want to hear, and it's allowing you to make moves to get things really, really to start. This thing's going in the environment to your benefit. You like what you're hearing. You're taking action on what you're hearing. It's allowing you to put things into an active position to actually start the situation. I feel like this might start a little earlier than anticipated because of the wheel going in your favor. Okay. Now, even though it might start earlier than anticipated, I am getting that the situation, you're expecting this to take a few months to really take hold. So it's not going to be like you open the doors today and everything is great. It's like you open the doors today, and it's going to take a couple months to make sure everything is stable and ironed out the way you want it to be. But because things are going the way you want to and you're getting this active listening going, you are making that start sooner than anticipated. And I'm also getting like, you're also very, like, this is your mindset. You're not expecting this to be just to like flip the switch, we're all good. You're expecting like, all right, we're going to start it now. It's going to take us a few months to get this in perspective and to get things ironed out to make sure it's stable, but this is going to work out. This is going to be good. Now, I'm getting around you, you're getting that effort. When I'm getting the Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting like people are working to try to tie up the problems, or I feel like they're tackling the small issues. I feel like there's small issues. I don't feel like there's really a big issue with anything, but I feel like you have conducive people working with you to help you kind of hone this in and get this where you want it to be. I'm getting a very cooperative effort here, people working together. This seems really good. It seems really good. I'm feeling like this card is going to your benefit at this point. Because people seem to be on board with what you want. You're viewing this as it's going to take a few months, but I'm getting at the initial start. At the initial start, this does seem to be going your way. People seem to be working with you. It's a very cooperative situation. Are we good with this? There's other things I would usually say with that card, but I'm noticing that that's what we want to say here, so I'm going to let that be. Now, the situation seems like it's cementing in here. When you have the Emperor in your action line, I don't feel like this is talking about people. It's talking about the actual situation you started. It's coming to maturity in the sense of like stabilizing out. It's like taking care of itself. You have the Ace of Cups kind of pushing down in there, so you're extremely happy about this. Things are going extremely, extremely well. All right, so we get to this point. You get to a point where you're very happy. And we got a little bit left here, which let's see how it's going to actually work out. Because you have a couple face-down cards. The first face-down card, there's literally two face-down cards. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, and this was face down, and I'm also getting the no, a very sharp no next to her. I'm getting, like, this is, like, what is this saying, actually? Because I feel like this is somebody who they have different ideas at this point. Like, I'm almost feeling like this person has other ideas about how long they were going to be involved. Now, sorta. What are we talking about? This is an outside influence. Okay, this is an outside influence coming into this situation. It seems to be affecting your situation. Something that's already going seems to be butting up against what you are doing now. I'm getting this as like almost like a challenger to the situation. And this is something... Is this a challenger? Alright, a challenger to the situation in the sense of like... What's going on with this person is causing problems for what you're doing right now. Somebody seems to be pushing in, and it's almost in the sense of like double booking a room. Like you're already in the spot, you're already in the space doing what you need to do, and then somebody else is showing up and expecting to also have this space at this time. You had no idea that they were expecting that, but they're completely expecting to have this, because they've already made these arrangements. So there's a conflict of interest here. But the fact that it's face down, you're not seeing it till it actually happens. You don't know that this is a situation. There's a conflict. Somebody seems to be feeling that what you have or what you're doing, something about the resource you're using, somebody else feels like they already have claim to it or that they have current claim to it. That's very interesting to me. Because when I look at your side, you have a face-down card too. I feel like you're going to take action to protect what you have. I feel like there's a challenger going on here. It's almost like somebody's trying to usurp your situation. But they feel like they have every right to do that. Whatever you're doing, somebody else feels like they have the right to take it over. But you're not... they're saying on your side to not let this happen, because this isn't right. And I'm getting like there's tension between you and this other person. And I'm getting like you have to let this person in because there's something here. There's been a miscommunication at some point. This other person believed something was going to happen at this point or believed they had claim to something. And I feel like you're forced to negotiate through with them. And at first it becomes like the Nine of Wands where it's very hard to work it out. And it's kind of like you feel like things are being taken from you and you have to kind of work through it. It goes to the Nine of Pentacles. From the Nine of Wands to the Nine of Pentacles. Like it does stabilize out, but I don't feel like you're really happy with how it stabilized out. It's still good. It's just not what it was. And I don't feel like you're happy about that. I kind of feel like you're looking at this like you did all this effort to create it, to make it what it is, and now you have to share the glory with somebody else because they seem to have almost like they called dibs before this even happened, and now they're able to like lay claim to some of this glory because of that moment. I don't feel like you like this. Is there anything else here? Because I feel like this is like you don't even see this happening. Whatever it is you're getting involved with, you're not seeing this as you're going forward. But somebody else feels like they have claim to the same thing you do. And you're the one actually picking up and making it happen and pushing it forward. But whatever the resource is or the situation is, whatever what the actual situation is, somebody else feels like they have right claim to it as well. And even though you've gone this far and you've created it and got it going, somebody else is pushing in and they're making sure that they get what they want as well. They're telling you the no here. In other words, they're not going to let you take it all for yourself. They've decided they have right to some of it as well for whatever reason. You're not seeing it until it happens. You're taking action, trying to keep what you have, but I feel like you have to negotiate it out. I feel like you're forced to. You don't really like to. You don't want to. It doesn't seem fair. The Nine of Wands is saying that you're going to do that. The Nine of Wands is saying it's going to be a rough moment. It's going to be kind of like a survival moment. But the Nine of Pentacles, you're going to come to an agreement. I don't feel like it's a bad agreement. I just don't feel like you're very happy with it. Is there anything else? I was hoping there was something a little better here. It seems like a really good situation. It's just the way that it ends. I feel like this blind side that seems to be coming towards you just kind of upsets the apple cart. I don't feel like you're really happy about it, but the situation is still good. I don't know. I'd like to find a more positive ending here, but I guess just the fact that you know it might be happening. At the beginning, maybe if you can think of people who might feel they have claim to the same thing for whatever reason, I don't even know if you're going to see it, honestly, until it actually happens. And I feel like that's very frustrating when it actually does happen. All right. I'm going to let that go there. Hopefully that makes a difference. I think I'm just like looking at it like, if I was the person getting this reading, what would I take from it? And I feel like the only thing you could kind of take from it is to be aware of how things are going, and just to try to protect yourself any way you can. Maybe think ahead, like who would think they have claim to what I'm doing and why. Maybe you'll have like a moment where you can see it, so you can prepare for it ahead of time. Because I feel like if you can get ahead of it, if you can, like, you know what I mean, get ahead of the situation before it happens, especially before you really start making it happen, I feel like this can work to your benefit better, and you might be able to change the situation more to your liking. So when you get to that end part of this outcome, instead of it being the Nine of Pentacles, maybe it could be the Ten of Pentacles for you, where you're a lot happier. Maybe you could upgrade that if you can see it, but I don't know. I feel some of you might be able to. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. If you can, shoot me or drop me, what do you call it? Comments. I love the comments. I do read them. I usually read them in a format where I can't really respond to them right away, but I do see them and I thank you for them. Anything else? All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.